Hello and welcome. I'm Tracy Pa with the Midday News. Former member for Kagwa Erave, Seyano Bello, has strongly condemned the deliberate burning of the Kagwa Erave Council chamber recently, describing it as a tragic and senseless act of destruction. Seyano is also the last man standing from the Highlands region, who was the first member of the House of Assembly. The iconic building, constructed under Seyano's leadership in 1972, symbolized the district's historic legacy and administrative foundation. Seyano emphasized it's not only a physical destruction, but a grave attack on the collective history and identity of the Kagwa Erave people. A Bible school student took a drum kit to his remote Baptist church in Bakwesipik province to take worship to a new level during the Christmas period. Willie, a first-year student at Kwangia Bible Theological College on the outskirts of Mount Hagen, returned to his remote village at Bakwesipik province for the Christmas holidays. Emmerich belongs to the Baptist denomination and sees the instrument as a tool to glorify God in his home community. Like many living in remote areas, Emmerich relies on Mission Aviation Fellowship for transport. Once approved, Emmerich and others pay 80% less, which makes travel affordable. Grateful for the opportunity to serve his church and community, Emmerich acknowledged MAF for their support to fulfill his mission.
There's some people will be there and we'll carry every part and then we're going to take them to the church. There is no film, there is no road. We only depend on the plane. MAF. The normal passengers, they used to have the commissariat, but we as students of the pastors and all this, we apply for a subsidy. And then as soon as they are approved, we pay 80% discount.
A University of Papua New Guinea researcher, Rita Goya, is leading efforts to protect Papua New Guinea's coral reefs, supported by a 100,000 climate research grant from the Australian government. Her work in Bootless Bay focuses on studying environmental factors like water temperature, using advanced equipment to improve coral restoration. The research aims to guide local conservation groups and communities in restoring degraded reefs, which are crucial for marine life, fisheries, and coastal livelihoods. Despite challenges in the field, Rita is committed to advancing reef conservation and supporting evidence-based climate action. She is one of 6 recipients of the grant, awarded through a partnership between the PNG Climate Change Development Authority and the Australian government. An environmental group in Bali says plastic pollution washing up on beaches is worse than normal this year. This past weekend, there have been multiple beach cleans, and many participants are from the Australian holiday rush. Advocate says the problem will only end if Indonesia improves its waste management.
To pull plastic from the sand. This is not how holidaymakers usually picture Kuta Beach, in the heart of Bali's tourism zone.
I think it's an increasing problem, and unless the government decides to do something serious about it, it won't be solved. But this is the beginning of raising awareness for it.
This clean-up was organised by the Indonesian government, with both foreigners and locals pitching in.
Among all the rubbish we've sorted, I found this dead pufferfish. Perhaps it got stuck between the floating logs and rubbish and washed ashore. Such a pity.
Every year, beaches along Bali's west coast face rubbish problems during the wet season. But this vision last week from an environmental group, Sungai Watch, snapped the community into action and prompted a separate clean-up this weekend at another beach. Organisers say much of the plastic rubbish here floated over from Indonesia's main island, Java. and shows the country needs much better recycling and waste systems.
We know that this rubbish is mostly coming from Java, and we need time to solve the problem. It's not an overnight thing. We need everyone to help.
A record-breaking 6.3 million tourists from abroad visited Bali last year, putting further strain on the waste system. But some are keen to help.
Just a good feeling that you can walk away with helping out the community. Froth up. Shug up.
A paradise under strain.
Scientists are taking to the Hawkesbury River north of Sydney to investigate what's causing a surge in the number of jellyfish. The underwater population boom is hurting the business of some local commercial fishers and living Aussies without prawns this summer season. Experts are coming up with novel ideas to manage the problem.
Below the surface of the Hawkesbury River, and you'll find a species in bloom.
There's been a few very drastic changes in the last 3 to 4 years. This species of jellyfish have actually multiplied like we've never seen before.
For commercial fishers like the Vandenoots, it's making their jobs extremely difficult.
There's been times where we only get one shot a day. If we try and squeeze in a second shot, the blubber just overwhelms us.
The shops that we sell to, they were getting no prawns from us. All their customers were upset. It just affected everyone.
While they've had some success modifying the nets on their trawler, thousands of smaller jelly blubber can still get through. Finding the cause isn't easy.
Unfortunately, in the Hawkesbury, there actually isn't any long-term data that we have that allows us to really understand what's happening to the jellyfish there.
Scientists are searching the estuary for the species polyps, which baby jellyfish bud off. The study's lead investigator believes the polyps could be in a particularly safe spot.
If the polyps are sitting in a deep hole, the fresh water, which is less dense, will tend to pass over them, and that deep hole might provide a refuge.
One solution being floated is jelly blubber fisheries, with some suggesting Australia could be an untapped market for both food and skincare.
It's used in skincare because of the high collagen levels found in jellyfish naturally. It's just got to be done right and marketed in a way where people don't find it weird and disgusting.
The jellyfish have become so abundant, it may actually be attractive for the commercial fishers to harvest.
Department officials say any new fishing industry would need to pass environmental assessment and prove its economic viability. For now, fishers on the Hawkesbury will just have to navigate their own way through.
In sports, PNG international striker Tommy Semi has signed up with Geelong Soccer Club for the Victoria Premier League to Australia. The soccer club announced over the weekend. Semi will bring experience to his new team. Semi has built a reputation across Oceania as one of the most prolific attackers in the region. His arrival at the club will add pace and brute force to his forwards. The couple's veteran is expected to contribute well to the club as Geelong Soccer Club continues its strong connections with PNG footballers. Amongst the footballers signed by the club in the recent years include Michael Foster and Raymond Gunemba. And that ends the midday news. To join us at 6 for more.